is the perfect time of year to get cozy and maybe even a little spooky. Our friend from Bull Moose, Mick Werkhoven, is here to help us navigate all the chills and thrills packed into new movies, music, and even books this fall. And I gotta say, Rob picked a great week to take off because I love this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
People love to fully embrace it too. So let's jump right in. We've got a new book, The United States of Cryptids, by J.W. Walker.
Yeah, so Cryptids, if you're not familiar, is stuff like Bigfoot all the way on down. And this is a pretty cool illustrated guide of all of the monsters and folk creatures and all that sort of stuff, all the way from the stuff that people know about, like Bigfoot and Mothman, all the way to the less obscure, the more obscure ones, like the Loveland Frog. You familiar with the Loveland Frog?
I've never heard of this. What is this?
The Loveland Frog obviously is a giant frog from Loveland. No, but yeah. So the book is descriptive, and it's actually a really good companion to the Cryptozoology Museum, which is down by the Kids Museum. So if you are super interested in cryptids, shouts out to the local cryptid museum.
And all right, so we've also got Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
No way! Yes way!
But it starts with Bill.
I'm Bill S. Preston!
Who was Joan of Arc? And Ted.
Noah's wife? We're in danger of flunking most heinously tomorrow.
Yeah, so obviously this is a very old movie, but what's new about this one is it's coming out on 4K video. So Kino Lorber is a company that will take a bunch of classics and upscale the audio and video. And what's really neat about upscaling a movie like Bill and Ted is it's not a special effects masterpiece, right? But the increased fidelity lets you see some of the seams and some of the details that are a little blurry, and it's cool to compare it to like the VHS version and the 4K version. And I really like that. It looks more like a stage play, and I find something very, very charming and compelling about seeing an imperfect movie.
Yeah.
So Bill and Ted's truly excellent on 4K.
Oh, I love it. All right, and then we've got a new movie called Bullet Train. That's interesting.
Oh, Bullet Train, yeah. So this is like a Guy Ritchie type action movie. Brad Pitt is the star, and he is a pacifist assassin on a Japanese bullet train with a bunch of less pacifist assassins.
Hi, there's a gun on.
Shh, run. This is the quiet car. Gotta use your small inside voice in here, son.
There's a gun.
The movie is not very smart, but that's not what you're going to a movie called Bullet Train for. It's incredibly awesome. The fight choreography is super sharp. There's a lot of scene chewing in it, the snappy dialogue. It's very funny. And it's like, Brad Pitt just kind of like being, channeling his inner dude from The Big Lebowski, but also being like, a kung fu artist. So big fan of Bullet Train. Very, very fun movie.
It sounds fun.
Yeah, it was awesome.
It sounds fun. All right, and we got some music too. We're looking at the Red Hot Chili Peppers. They got the return of the Dreams Canteen.
Yeah, so that's out on Friday, and this is the second album with John Frusciante back in the lineup. It's the Red Hot Chili Peppers. You know what they're all about. They write songs about California and chilling and having a good time. But it's the same, like super groovy bass licks and fun drumming. And they put a lot of work into this album in particular, and they're like releasing a whole bunch of extra stuff, and there's posters and autographed editions. This is something that really cool that a lot of bands have been doing. They've been releasing physical CDs into the market that are already autographed for the fans that can't go to the concerts. It's one way to sort of like fight ticket scalping and stuff. So it's really cool, right?
Like, really cool.
Yeah, like Taylor Swift was kind of the originator of this, right? Yeah, so Taylor a couple of summers ago released a ton of her albums and signed, like 10,000 CDs, and now every artist is following suit as a way to reward their fans, which I think is super cool.
Hey, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I love that. All right.
I know.
So much to do on the weekend if you guys just want to hang out at home.
Yeah.
Watch movies, read a book, whatever. There's plenty of spooky stuff going on.
Yeah, lots of good stuff.
Mick, thanks so much
No
for
problem.
coming in. If you would like to learn more about what we just talked about, the movies, films, music, all of that, just head to the 207 section of our website or our app and stay with us. We've got more 207 right after this.